So before we start, we're going to talk about my last video, the truth about the army and how you can prepare. But if you're not interested in the workout that I'm just about to play, then skip forward to this time stamp and then you can go straight to that. Hello team, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. So start of this video, I'm just going to show you a bit of my training session that I'm doing today. We're going to do a bit of speed play work, so working a bit faster at some points and then slowing it down at other points. Just seeing if I can pick up the speed now on the minute miles, hands feeling a little bit better, slowly getting used to running again. So still prepping for this new marathon. Looking at doing it around May, June time, the sub 4 hour marathon, carrying 36 pounds. Really excited about it, really excited about this series. Let us know what you think of this series so far and give us a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm and lets me know that you're enjoying it. So please do that. Remember, before any workout that you do, you ensure you do a good 8 to 10 minute warm up, a bit of mobility, some dynamic movements, dynamic stretches, get the heart rate raised, and then you can get into your workout. So the first mile is going to be part of our warm up like I'd normally do on a run. We're going to be doing about 9-10 minute miles. We're then going to speed it up for the second mile, sitting hopefully about 7:30, quicker if I feel like it. Second mile we'll slow it down again, third speed up, second mile slow it down, and then we'll do a cool down. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's get into it. I'm really excited for this.
From the ashes I will rise, no satisfaction.
So quick tip when warming up, always do an exercise that you're going to be doing in a workout. So if you're going running, start off with mobility, do a bit of running, nice gentle jog, get the heart rate raised, blood flowing, dynamic stretches, dynamic movements. If you're going to do rowing, start off with rowing. You're going to do cycling, warm up on the bike. If you're going to do weights, then I recommend getting on the treadmill. It's a full body movement, get the blood flowing and get working. Hope that tip helps.
Without the fight, a man has limits, oh so they say, but I never listen, did it my way. I'm gonna take what's mine, I paid my dues, I dare you to walk a mile in these shoes.
So that's the fast mile done. Did the warm-up mile, fast mile, 6:56. So I'm on an active rest now, I'm just walking for this video. Then we're going to pick up again, so now the rest is going to be about 9-30 minute miles, and then we'll pick it up for the next mile again. So that's where we're at a minute.
I wanna feel it in my blood, feel it in my veins, show you that I can't be tamed. Give me some of that power. So keep your silver, I came for gold. No place for quitters, only for the bold. I'm gonna take what's mine, I paid my dues. Gonna fuel this fire, so light that fuse. The beat in my soul just
remember, never give up. No matter how hard it is, no matter how big the dream, never get up and just go after it.
give me some of that power. I wanna feel it in my blood, feel it in my veins, show you that I can't be tamed. Give me some of
So battery's just died on my GoPro, so I'm on the phone. Last fast mile done, I'm just walking to do this video. 7:01, happy with that. 2 fast miles at 7 minute miles, so exactly what I wanted. Harder than it used to be. I used to be able to do like 7 minute miles, 5, 6, 7 miles, whatever. It is what it is, it's what happens when you don't train. But we'll get back there. It's the whole point of this series. Get me ready for this marathon, get my fitness back up after injury. Hope you enjoyed the video so far. Time to go home and have something to eat. So I've walked in the door and had stickers thrown over me already. But today's workout, post-workout meal, wild berry reflex nutrition vegan shake and a banana. So I'm going to scoff this and then go for a shower. I better go because Hallie's calling. So see you in a bit. My last video then, the truth about the army, got a few people asking questions. It got quite a good response, so I just want to sort of elaborate and go into a little bit more detail about what I meant about the truth about the army. And it's hard, it's not as easy as people make out, because I don't want to put anyone off and I want to help you prepare as best as possible for phase 1 training phase 2 training, and then your career onwards from there. A lot of people have asked, how can I prepare this then? How can I become more resilient? That comes with time, becoming more mental resilient. It's sort of the situations that you come under and how you prepare yourself mentally. But to prepare for basic training, like I said, it's not easy. There's a lot of people like trying to be motivators or sort of influencers or whatever you want to call it over social media. There's a nice little niche there, especially the military niche. So it does help you build a following, and you could build a business out of it, which is absolutely awesome. But a lot of people paint this picture of this is belonging, you're going to build a brotherhood, fail, win, learn, and all that sort of stuff, but you don't see the actual in-depth truth. That's what I want to give you on my channel. It's all about giving you the truth. And yes, the army is hard. It's not easy. It's not for everyone, but I do feel that everyone should at least try it. And what do I mean by it's not easy? People seem to think that the army is easy nowadays, that anyone can get in. That's still not the truth. People still don't pass the assessment centre. People still don't pass out of phase 1 training, and people still struggle when they're phase 3 soldiers within regimental and battalion life. It's not an easy job, but that shouldn't put you off. Everyone is capable of passing phase 1, phase 2 and going on to phase 3 and having a good career. Firstly then, let's just talk about phase 1 training and why that's most probably the hardest part of your career. Even though you're going to go on to do harder things within your career, there's many courses out there like PNCOs, JNCOs, infantry lot going to do juniors, seniors, crew commanders, JCC within the RAC, and stuff within the artillery, and other things like P Company, Commando course are a lot harder, but by then you've built up some sort of mental resilience, you understand the army a lot more, and you can deal with it a lot better. Phase 1 training is different, and this is where a lot of people leave, or they struggle, they still pass out and they find it hard. Why is it? Because it's a change of life. It's putting you out of your comfort zone. It's building you up, so they're knocking you down and then building you back up into a soldier that they want you to be. It's not as harsh as it used to be, and it's nowhere near as harsh as things like the US Army and Marines are anymore. But how can you prepare? First of all, if you know you're going to phase 1 training soon, start waking up a little bit earlier. If you're that sort of lad, girl, who's still waking up at 10 o'clock, I would start adjusting that. Start waking up at 9:30, then 9, then 8. Then start waking up at about 7 o'clock every day. In phase 1, you're going to be waking up at 06. And a lot of people struggle. They get to phase 1. I was the same. I was a 16-year-old lad. You get to phase 1, and then boom, straight up, get up at 06 every morning. You got a full day's work, full evening's worth of work, and lesson prepping, not lesson prepping, but prepping for the next day. It's a big shock to the system, and people do struggle, and they start to feel it, and they struggle to get up in the mornings, and then their routine and prep starts to go out the window a little bit. Just start getting up a little bit earlier. Instead of getting up at 10, 9:30, then 9, and then try and get up about 6, 7 o'clock if you can, especially closer to the time you get into training. Start preparing mentally for the long days. It's going to happen, just accept it. But it's all worth it. Why else is it hard? Well, you're going to go on to exercise, you're going to be cold and wet. It's not normal just to be cold and wet all the time. You have to do your wet and dry drills, you're going to have lack of sleep. So just prepare yourself mentally for it. PT is going to be hard. Your section commanders and PTIs are there to get you through it. Just remember, it only lasts so long. You must be pushing yourself a little bit now, but a lot of people don't realise how much they've got to push themselves out of their comfort zone. I didn't until you join the army, and the PTI and the section commanders, platoon sergeants, platoon commanders are there next to you. You may be lagging behind. That doesn't matter. It's normal. The PT sessions are going to be hard. You're going to be going out on runs, lots of hill reps, tabs, first time carrying weight. You're going to have to get used to running and tabbing with weight. So just accept these things are going to happen. So a lot of this is just accepting that it's going to happen. On exercise, you're going to get 2-3 hours sleep a night. You're going to be cold and wet. You can't really prepare for that just now. Throughout your army, you sort of harden to it and you get used to it. But you just sort of need to accept it. The army is not easy, but it's worth it. It's hard. It's not like any other job. How many other jobs where you have to go to a phase 1 training for 14 weeks or 40 weeks if you're going to AFC Harrogate. You get put out on exercise, you live in the field, you're living off 1, 2, 3 hours sleep a night. If it's raining, it's raining. If it's snowing, you're outside. You just got to make sure you're all over your admin. That's just life of being in the army. You know, it's all good people painting a picture going, oh yeah, the army's amazing. Yes, the army is amazing. Yes, you're going to make friends for life. Yes, it's going to give you confidence. You can get a good paycheck. You get free medical, free dental care. You get to travel the world, but you have to put in the hard work for it. And a lot of people don't realise that. They get to training and they just try and scrape by. No, you have to put in the hard work. You've got to work hard to get that adventure training, to get all the alley courses, to get the extra money. Okay, if you want to go infantry, if you want to do all that front line, you want to do all the fun stuff, yeah, it's hard. Ask any sort of infantry, they go through a lot to get there, but they're all smiling at the end of it. And this is what you need to take away from it as well. It's not easy, it's hard, but at the end of it, you're always laughing. You know, don't want to spin dits, but when you're in Kenya, it's 50-degree heat. You know, you're living out your day sack and webbing because it's fight lights. You're living out of it for 4 days roughly. You've got all your rations, your water, all your kit. You've got barely any personal kit because you're carrying all your serialised kit. And then you start running low on rations. You're only having an hour's sleep a night. You're patrolling through 50-degree heat. You're having to limit water because you can only carry so much water. There's only so much resupplies. You then got the dangers of the wildlife out there. There's times where you're gonna moan. You're sitting under a poncho, between 4 of you are under like one poncho. You've got one bivvy bag between two. Temperature drops at night. You've barely eaten anything. You've barely had any water. You're getting an hour or two sleep a night. You're gonna moan. But you know what? When you come off that exercise, or the next morning, when you start to wake up a bit more and you start patrolling again, you're gonna look at your mate and you're gonna laugh. Same when you go onto your PNCO carders, your JNCO carders, JCC juniors, seniors. You know, you're going to go through rough times, you're going to be wet and cold, doing your wet and dry drills, lack of sleep, you're going to moan, you're going to roll through section attacks, but it's going to be funny moments. You're going to come off the course and you're going to laugh about it, and you know what that does? It builds character, and that's what builds the mental resilience. Your resilience grows, you become stronger mentally and physically, and then it builds your character. That's what gives you the confidence, that's what gives you the belonging, that's what gives you that family unit sort of brotherhood, because you all go through those harsh sort of times. You don't just get it in phase one, it's throughout your career. That's it really. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope I've sort of explained the truth about the army video a little bit more. People are like, how can I build resilience? Okay, so just start waking up a little bit earlier, start training harder, start increasing that intensity before you join, and then just accept you're going to put through harsh times, but trust me, at the end of it, you're going to laugh. Don't leave the army. Yes, it's hard, but trust me, it's worth it. Just push it through to the end of phase one, get through it, push through phase two. Trust me, you'll feel better for it and you'll thank everyone up later. It is really worth it. Just have fun, smile, play the game, and enjoy. Keep us posted of how you get on, and I'll see you soon.
I'm gonna take what's mine, I paid my dues. I dare you to walk a mile in these shoes. The beat in my soul just keeps getting louder. Give me some of that.